All right, we're going to take a look at Replace Media. This is a very powerful and flexible solution, also very easy to use. So what I've got here is a timeline here with some basic structure to it. And it's got bumpers on either end, and I've got some placeholder content here. And let's suppose I just made a screen recording, and I wanted to replace that placeholder content with that screen recording. So you just drag and drop, wait for those green lines to light up, release your mouse, and now based on the type of media that you see, you're going to have a few different options. Because this is a video that I'm using to replace that placeholder content with, I have 4 options. Ripple replace, ripple from start, ripple from end. These last 3 options, replace with clip speed included, all will keep the original length of the content that you're replacing as long as your content is longer than them. So let's take a look at what that means. So let's say I always want this to be the same length, but I just want some clip speed applied so that my content fits nicely within this time frame. I choose replace with clip speed. And now you see I got the screen recording inserted into here that has that same time, but just clip speed applied to it. So another common scenario is, hey, you just made a recording, you've done a bunch of compositing, you realize that recording is not going to work, and so you want to replace it with another recording. So we're just going to go ahead and grab a different screen recording here, and we're going to drag it down, wait for those green lines, and this time we're not going to trim to that length, we're going to do a ripple replace. So we do that, and you can see my timeline expanded out, and if I come to the very end here, yep, my bumpers are still there. If I go to the beginning, bumpers are still there. My screen recording content's just been inserted and replaced that previous screen recording content. So very powerful. You can swap out basically any piece of content with any other piece of media from your media bin or from the library or even in annotations, right? So I'm going to do a couple of times just to keep our project simpler. Save. Zoom in on the timeline a little bit. Okay, let's talk about images. Let's say I wanted to replace this placeholder content with an image. I've got a PDF. I'm going to drag it down, wait for my green lines. This time I only have 2 options. Images don't have an inherent timeline, so they're very malleable, and you only have 2 options. You can replace this, which will create the same length of piece of content that you had that you're replacing, or if I undo that, if I go ahead and choose ripple replace, Camtasia knows that, hey, images have a default length. You chose to ripple replace, so it replaced that piece of media on your timeline with the default length of an image. All right, so let's look at another common scenario. Oh man, I got my logo set up, I've done all kinds of things, and now it's time for me to switch gears and talk about our other really cool product. Sorry, Snagit. Let's replace it with the Camtasia logo. And I want it the same length, so I'm just going to choose replace, and there's that Camtasia logo. So very simple, very powerful. But wait, can I replace an image with a video? Why, yes, you can. Let's go ahead and grab this video, wait for those green lines, and now replace with clip speed because I want that video to be the exact same length. So it'll speed it up or slow it down, but keep that same timing. So very good. Let's save. Moving on. Hey, put in a lot of hard work. You got the right video shot. You got your lower thirds all in place. And now your boss comes in and says, wait, we aren't using that lower third anymore. We've got a new lower third. We want this one right here from the library. So we grab that. We come over to our lower third. And we just do a ripple replace. Bam. And now what I've got is new lower third. Just like that. Very easy. Okay, moving on. So here's a more complex group that I've got on the timeline. And you say, you know what? I want to replace a group with just a video. It's plain old video here. So I'm going to get this really fancy touch gesture animation video, and I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to drag it over, and I'm going to choose Ripple Replace. Bam. And you can see, hey, that group was just replaced with a plain Jane video now. What about replacing groups with groups? Well, let's go back into our default library here and say, you know what? Let's replace Foxy Boxy library group with the Camtasia Team template group. Wait for those green lines. Again, choose Ripple Replace. Okay, so you notice groups at this point can't have clip speed applied to them, so that option wasn't available to me when I was using a group as a replacement. Just to clarify that a little bit, I'll come in here, release. I don't have the replace with applying clip speed option. I just have these either ripple replace, or I can do a trim from start or trim from end. Right. So that, if I were to come back into my media bin and again grab a piece of media, and let's drag this bad boy out. Now I see, hey, that is a video, so I can either do a ripple replace or I can replace it with clip speed. Ripple replace. Yep. Undo that for a second. Let's just try the replace with clip speed. Boom, same length now with clip speed. So super powerful. We think this is going to be very useful to folks, especially when you're setting up maybe a template or a project for someone, maybe yourself, maybe someone at your company that doesn't have as many skills, and you just want to say, hey, make your screen recording, replace the placeholder with that screen recording, or swap out any piece of media with simple drag and drop capabilities. In the future, we really hope that maybe eventually we'll get to the point where we're going to preserve all the properties. Let's say you've applied visual effects and other things like that, position and size and all that other stuff. We hope to get there eventually. We'd like some feedback about what you guys are interested in. But we think even as it is right now, this is a really powerful set of tools that we're going to put in your hands. Hope you like it.